What's up, everyone? It's Flex coming to you yet again from my home gym, and I just found out that we've got another floor crosser, another traitor, and I can't even believe it. I cannot believe what is happening in this country. It's bad enough that we have the liberals who have been destroying this country for 10 years, and to have a so-called conservative cross the floor and get them within one seat of a majority, the hell is this guy thinking? And how, I'm not even going to say his name because he doesn't even deserve to have his name mentioned. Just what an absolute piece of shit. I usually try not to swear in my videos. I'm letting loose tonight because I'm just beside myself with the state of this country and how it's literally been taken over by far left zealots. And I did a video back in the summer about how the mainstream media in Canada loves to talk about the far right. The far right doesn't even exist. The far right is a boogeyman that they point a finger at, when the real issue is, and the real threat to this country is the far left. And I don't know what happened with this guy, but it seems very strange that he would be at the conservative Christmas party last night, getting his picture taken with Polyev and all of his colleagues and yucking it up and dancing and partying. And then today he walks across the floor. There's something is not right there. Something is not right there. And somebody, I think it was Stephen Taylor, said that he thinks that Mark Carney's probably already got the next floor crosser in the bag, and I think that's probably the case. He's been acting especially smug lately, and I mean, it's hard to tell with him because he's naturally smug, but he just seems more so lately. And you know, this does not bode well for this country if and when the liberals get a majority. My good friend, my internet friend Marty up north, Marty Boulanger, posted prophetically earlier today, you know, do you think there's going to be an election? And I posted after I found this out, and I said, I don't think they need an election. They're gonna get their majority come hell or high water. And I don't know what hijinks are going on behind the scenes, but it seems like something definitely is, you know, and that's just pure conjecture on my part. But what else is there? It's just crazy, you know. And you know, we're living in some strange times. We're living in some strange times where these T-Rans people are just off the charts, and they're given so much credibility. They're giving so much credibility from the media and from other politicians, and I have a hard time believing that these politicians even believe half of what they say. Like this Heather McPherson from the NDP, you know, she just goes on and on about all these T-Rans issues, and it's like I can't think that any logical person even believes what they're saying, even believes this stuff. I think it's just good for business. I think it's good for business. They know that a certain subset of the population is always going to support them, and that's why they say the crazy things that they do. I mean, we have these fake journalists. I'm not even going to mention her name either, but the one who said that I forget what she said about Polyev. But anyways, basically she was denigrating Pierre Polyev because a while back, it was a long time ago, I think it might have been a year ago or more, a reporter asked him about something about genders, and he said, oh, I'm only aware of two. And she finds this horrifying. She finds this horrifying that he said this, that there are only two genders. Well, there are only two. Like, let's be real. Everybody knows this. Everybody knows there's only two, and everybody knows you can't change your gender. And everything else is a lie. Everything else is a lie. Jordan Peterson said it best. There is no bigger lie than a man can become a woman. And once they convince you of that and get you to say that and to believe that, he used some weird euphemism. He said, no other camel will choke you. I don't get this. I've never heard that phrase before. He's a weird guy sometimes, but you know, he's right. Like once they get you to deny basic biology and basic basic facts. They can convince you of anything. They can convince you to say or do anything, and that's where we're at. That's where we're at, and that's the scary thing for me. As you know, I just consider myself a normal person, and I'm an accountant. We all know that, and so my whole life is kind of based on rules and logic. And even if you're not an accountant, even if you're an artist or whatever, the world is still based on rules, and there's still some basic facts. And to deny it is just it's weird to me. It's weird to live in this society right now. I'm a 58-year-old guy. Like, we didn't have any of this when I was growing up. There was none of it. There was none of it. There was no T-Rants people when I went to school, and it was never talked about. It was never a thing. It's a fad. It's become a fad, and everybody wants to jump on the bandwagon, and you got a whole subset of the population that wants to support it so they feel included or whatever, so they feel virtuous. And I keep waiting for the pendulum to swing and for this nonsense to stop, and it just seems like it never will. And if the Liberals get a majority, all this nonsense, the weather nonsense, the T-Rants nonsense, this is all they focus on. They don't focus on making things better for Canadians. That's why nothing has gotten done in 10 years. Absolutely nothing in this country has gotten done. This country is falling apart. Our education, our healthcare system, everything. And yeah, if any Liberals comment and say, oh, these are provincial things, blah, 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 I don't care. I don't care, because really it's at every level of government. I posted earlier this week, and I said exactly that. And it's not just Canada. It seems like every country is on this path of self-destruction. And Matt Walsh did a video this week too, talking about how Trump's got control of the House and Congress. I think that's what they call it in the United States. I don't follow American politics that closely, but he said they're squandering their power. They've got total power, and they're accomplishing nothing. They're barely doing anything. They're not even following through on a lot of the things that they promised. And we got the same thing in Canada. Pick another country: Australia, New Zealand, France. Like, all these countries, they're wallowing. They're wallowing. They're not moving forward. I mean, it's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. This is a very long rambling rant, and I don't care, because I'm so blown away. I can't even fathom how somebody could willfully move this country that much closer to a Liberal majority. Like, what are they doing? What have they accomplished that this guy thinks is so wonderful? They haven't accomplished anything. They haven't done anything that they've said they were going to do. Everything is promises. Everything is virtue signaling. Everything that they focus on is pointless. This MOU was pointless. They know the ticket to prosperity for this country is to exploit our natural resources, and they're doing everything in their power to make sure that doesn't happen. And even if it does happen, even if they do get this pipeline built, which it's literally a pipe dream, no pun intended, they want to triple the carbon tax. In fact, they want to triple the carbon tax as a precursor for it. Like, it's crazy. They want to punish Canadians in advance of maybe helping them become more prosperous. And I can't get my head around how somebody who's a supposed conservative would want to help this party out and move this country further towards the abyss with a Liberal majority. I don't get it. I don't get what's going on. I really don't. Anyways, that's a lot of doom and gloom from Mr. Flexi on this Thursday night, but I mean, there's a whole lot of not good going to come our way if the Liberals get a majority. Anyways, that's it for me. I'm out.